What is up, ladies and gentle nerds? It's your boy Graham, also known as HamHocks42 on the internet, and today we are doing a deck tech on a Jund Landfall deck. That's right, Jund Landfall. Get a load of this. All right, so this deck was originally born out of a desire to make Nissa of Shadowed Boughs viable. And the thing that I thought was really important about Nissa of Shadowed Boughs is that with her -5, she has the ability, you may put a creature card with converted mana cost less than or equal to the number of lands you control onto the battlefield from your hand or graveyard with 2+1/+1 counters on it. That or graveyard was really important to me because then I realized, wait a minute, this is a Reanimator Planeswalker. This is a Landfall Reanimator Planeswalker. So if we build a deck with ramp, Landfall, and huge monsters that we can pay off either from our hand or the graveyard, and the fact that it can come out of our hand means that we can effectively get free huge creatures if we don't have a way to discard them into our graveyard, which is usually a restriction that Reanimator decks fall into. So I was also thinking, wait a minute, we can't build a Reanimator deck without also including Liliana, Waker of the Dead, because she's phenomenal, so why not? And then as far as the Landfall payoffs, we have, of course, Lotus Cobra. We have Binding of the Titans to help fill our graveyard. Then we have a lovely little guy called World Shaper. This Merfolk Shaman combines Reanimator and Ramp just beautifully. So the way that World Shaper works is whenever you attack, you may mill 3 cards. So yes, we're going to do that all day, every day. And then when World Shaper dies, return all lands from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. So it's a huge landfall payoff if you successfully filled your graveyard full of stuff. And so we want to fill our graveyard full of stuff. And so that stuff is going to include gigantic creatures, of course, because it's Reanimator, but also lands because of World Shaper. So that's pretty handy. Then, as far as payoffs go, we have Ashaya, Soul of the Wild, just because it's amazing. It's a great elemental that is going to give us extra value with each one of the creatures that we have. We also have Maurag, Fury of Akum, as one of the potential reanimation targets. He's only a one of because ultimately it's a finishing blow if we can get it online, but it's also kind of it's not really necessary. It's a little extra, if you ask me. We also have Ancient Green Warden. This is a huge creature. Only costs 6, so it's not hard to get to ramp into. And it causes all of our all of our landfall triggers to trigger twice. Plus, we can play stuff directly out of the graveyard. Then we also have Kogla, because Kogla is basically just removal in this deck. Gyruda, Dawn of Depths, and or Gigan, Cyberclaw Terror. This thing is just phenomenal in this deck because it's a huge payoff, and we also are going to self-mill a ton whenever we hit Gyruda. Plus, we have the opportunity to double reanimate with Gyruda, and that's just lovely. And then the coup de grace, the piece de resistance, or whatever the expression is, Phylath, World Sculptor, because Phylath is everything we want. A Phylath is a huge creature we can reanimate. It also comes with a bunch of little plant buddies, and with all of our landfall triggers, we get more and more value by having Phylath down. So in a perfect situation, we get Phylath as well as an Ancient Green Warden, and then pop a World Shaper and get like 6 lands back onto the battlefield all at once. That's a scoopable moment when it happens, and let's make it happen. Now, you might be wondering, wait a minute, how do we get the World Shaper? Like, how do we pop the World Shaper? I mean, we can attack with it, and possibly our opponent will have to block. Sure, so there's that. But we also have Village Rites. Village Rites is a way of just immediately just sacrificing our World Shaper, getting all of our lands back, and enjoying ourselves. That's the plan here. So this deck is a ton of fun. Let's take it into the arena, shall we? Here we go. Going up against Vilg. Let's do this, Vilg. Alright, so we got 3 land in our opening hand, 2 of which are fetch lands, and a Lotus Cobra, plus a Cultivate. This is actually a really good opening hand. I'm going to throw the Evolving Wilds first, crack it immediately, turning it into a swamp. That way we can hit Lotus Cobra on 2 no matter what we draw into. And we're going up against Rogues, naturally. Okay. Swamp. Let's go. So I'm not super surprised we're going up against rogues. We're even playing in the unranked queue because I wanted an opportunity to see what other fun jankiness people are bringing to the table. But, of course, people are still playing the meta decks. You know, you can't really avoid them. It's just kind of nature of the beast. People want to win their daily challenges, so people are going to bring good decks. I can't be mad. I mean, I could be, but it wouldn't be reasonable. All right, Forest into the Cobra. Let's see, do they have the response? Because it's important to always stomp the snake. Always, always, always stomp the snake when you have an opportunity. So let's hope they don't have an opportunity. Uh-oh. Yep, they do. They stomped the snake. I mean, they eliminated the snake, but you know what I mean. It's the same difference. They spent 2 mana, destroyed my snake. That makes me sad. That makes me quite sad, as a matter of fact. I miss my snake. Alright, so we have an opportunity to grab a mountain here, but the truth is we don't have Maureg or Phylath, so we don't really need it. Plus we have a Cultivate, so let's just turn it into a swamp. That way we're for sure going to hit the 2 on Liliana no matter what we draw. If we draw into a land, we can play Liliana this turn. Great. If we don't, we can cast Cultivate and be ready, locked and loaded to cast Liliana or possibly even Gyruda the turn following, depending on how our top decks go. Seems okay to me. All right, cool. Forest into Lily. I'm not mad at that. And we have an opportunity to give the Merfolk Windrobber -6/-6, which is a little excessive. But hey, I'm okay with excessive. And let's go ahead and each player discard a card. We're going to discard one of our village rights because we don't have any creatures to sacrifice. It's not worth anything anyway. So get it out of here. Get that thing out of here. That's what I think about you, village rights. And now we're actually we're limiting our opponent's resources. They're down to 3 cards in hand, so that's pretty meaningful, except they have a Slitherwisp, so they don't freaking care. They're going to cast a bunch of flash creatures, and that's going to be that. Yeah, they're going to have a bunch. They're going to have at least one more flash rogue that we're going to see here. And Lily survives, but not by much. All right. So we can cultivate here. We can also hit Timmy Calls the Dead. You know what? Let's do that. Let's have Timmy Call the Dead. If it resolves. You know, and I actually wouldn't have been mad if they used a counterspell on that. All right, Timmy. Let's get rid of Binding of the Titans. Each player discard a card. Do it. Do it. All right, so I'm thinking about... I'm going to discard Cultivate here because we already have 5 lands. We need 1 more. And Village Rights, we can Village Rights one of our zombies, possibly this one or possibly the next one, depending on how combat goes. Well, or we can just do that right now. Give me some cards. And that's also going to fizzle the Brazen Borrower, which means they don't get the creature, which is lovely. Wow, wow. Fun times. All right, that was enjoyable. I'm not going to lie. I took great pleasure in that. So they are going to kill Liliana this turn, but that's okay. I'm over it. After the hit she took last turn, she wasn't about to ult anytime soon anyway, so it's all good. All right, they got rid of the Ancient Green Warden. Mildly annoying, but not the end of the world. All right. I'm going to go ahead and exile the Lotus Cobra. And let's go ahead and slap down a World Shaper. Because I want a bunch of lands. That's what I'm feeling. So that's the other cool thing about this deck. Whereas traditional Reanimator decks, if you don't get your threats into the graveyard, they're almost worthless. Since this is a Reanimator ramp deck, we can also just play our big monsters straight out of our hand. So worst comes to worst, it ramps us into our end game rather than reanimating. So really the reanimation is just because I love reanimation and I feel the need to call it that. Is that really what we've got going on here? Not really, but let's go with it, all right? I like reanimating stuff, so I like saying that I'm reanimating stuff. even when I'm not strictly reanimating stuff. Okay. Neat. So we're down to 28 cards in the library. We've got 20 in the bin. I'm feeling pretty good about that, not gonna lie. Nissa. What's up, girl? Alright, I don't know why I just said that. That was awkward. Alright. I kind of want that Nissa. I am going to go ahead and attack, and I'm going to decline the mills, because I really want that Nissa. Best thing they can do here is block that World Shaper, and they're not going to give it to me. Alright. Alright, I can't blame them. Good thing I have another one back. Another World Shaper on retainer, if you will. Alright, I'm not mad at this. The fact that our opponent has no cards in hand is delightful. Alright, so not milling was probably silly, because farewell Nissa. But now, ooh, and Maoreg's in the bin. Zelotes Cobra. Alright. If that was a Fabled Passage, I would be much happier. I mean, I'm not mad at the Evolving Wilds, but I'd be much happier if that was a Fabled Passage. Because Fabled Passage makes me happy. Because we're one shy of Gyruda. If that was a Fabled Passage, we wouldn't be one shy of Gyruda. But alas, we are in fact one shy of Gyruda. Bummer, yo. Bummer, yo. But it's okay. Ching ching. I'm going to decline both of those because our graveyard is already freaking loaded and we only have 20 cards left in our library. And we're going up against a rogue deck that's probably going to want to mill us. So since they're trying to mill us out, oh, they won't even... Oh, come on, guys. Come on. Come on. Give me the World Shaper. Come on. You know you want to kill the World Shaper. Come on. I'm feeling silly. All right, Wind Robber's coming in. So that's 2 more cards milled. Puts us down to 14. I don't love that. Well, Fabled Passage, you're a little late now, aren't you? All right. Get rid of that Zulaport Duelist and the Brazen Borrower, because I like gaining life. Ching ching. Let's spin the wheel. Let's see what happens. Gyruda. Doom of Depths. And or Gigan, Cyberclater. Soaring Thought Thief, or Kagla. Boom, baby. Eat that Slitherwisp. Get it gone. Nom 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 nom. Nom 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 nom. I love chowing down on a Slitherwisp. So tasty. Doesn't really matter to me. Alright. Swinging with everything. And we're down to 9 cards in the library. 9. We have successfully milled ourselves. Quite successfully, as a matter of fact. Got him! I'm tempted to crack this Fabled Passage, but I don't even know that I have any basics left to go fetch, so I'm going to not worry about it. Ching ching. Lands. Let there be lands. Oh my goodness, so many Lotus Cobra triggers. Let's start making them white, because I can. Let's make a couple more blue, because I'm feeling like it. Then we'll go black. And red. Okay, good. That was ridiculous. That was truly ridiculous, and I'm here for it. I think we got him. We're down to 9 cards left in our library, so if there any hopes they have of milling us out are more or less dashed here. So I think they have to keep the Wind Robbers back to block, unless they have some trickery in their hand, which they might. Like a Zerasan right now would really hurt. A Zerasan right now would hurt somewhat. And that's probably exactly what's about to happen. No. No Zerasan. They're just poking me a little bit. That Firelight would have been good, but not as good as it would have been a turn ago. Hey, let's go ahead and go Maurag. Fury of Akum. The Fury of Akum. Let's see if our opponent is paying attention here. And then land. Doesn't really matter. Do we have any basics left in this library? Let's go find them. Let's see. We got one. We got one. He gonna do one. All right. We got it. So we got double Maurags. Double Maurag triggers to combat, ladies and gentlemen. Just watch. They have some kind of fog effect. I would laugh quite heartily if they pulled that. Yeah, they're just dead. Again, unless they have any kind of trickery, they're just dead. And I've got 2 more combat phases after this, just because I want to. Just because I want to. I love having extra combat phases. It's the best. Who doesn't love a good extra combat phase? Am I right? Am I right? I think I'm right. Come on, buddy. Might as well just take it on the chin. I mean, if you want to block Kogler, you're welcome to. Oh, you want the satisfaction of taking down the Lotus Cobra with you. Can't be mad at that. Boom. In comes the pain. Negative 13. Very nice. Unlucky for our opponent. Got him. All right. Here we go. Let's do this. Going up against somebody whose screen name is Go Easy on Me. Sorry. Not gonna happen. All right, so we do only have 2 lands, but those do include a Lotus Cobra and a Cultivate, and we're on the draw. Ooh, going up against Adventures. All right, not mad at this. That Evolving Wilds is gonna become a forest right away. Also, I love that Evolving Wilds are standard viable right now. That makes me super happy. Not gonna lie. All right. Lotus Cobra, I choose you. Let's go. All right, so I'm thinking playing the Evolving Wilds, using the Lotus Cobra mana to cast Cultivate, and then cracking the Evolving Wilds after we've gotten another landfall trigger. But then, yeah, the math doesn't actually check out as well as I'd hoped. I was wondering if we'd be able to hit Cultivate. Ooh, Warden of the Chain. Interesting. Very interesting. Yeah, so I was hoping to hit Cultivate and Nissa, but it looks like we need to hit Cultivate or Nissa, unfortunately. But that's okay. So let's go ahead and crack this Evolving Wilds, and let's play Nissa. That's what I'm feeling. Because we have the Fabled Passage in our hand. Ching ching. Yeah. Can't attack unless... Okay. Good thing my forest has Menace. So a little poke. Nice little poke. I appreciate that. Now, wait a minute. So next turn, we can actually drop the Fabled Passage, get the Lotus Cobra triggers. Just kidding on the Lotus Cobra triggers. I was thinking we'd actually be able to hardcast Kogla next turn, which would have been freaking sick. Unfortunately, it is not to be. That's okay, though. That is okay. It's cool by me, dog. Because we can have more Planeswalkers. Woo! I love Planeswalkers. Yay! I mean, not really, but they're neat, I guess. I don't, hate Planeswalkers. They're a perfectly fine element of the game. Although when I gotta be honest, I was a huge hipster when they first got introduced. You know what? I'm going to downshift Lily to get rid of that Warden, because he's a pain in the butt. Yeah. I don't know if that was the right call, especially now that 1/1 can just poke Lily, but still, I'm not super mad at it because she probably wasn't going to be ulting anytime soon anyway. So that's all good. Because actually, if Nissa is still in good health next turn, which it looks like she will be, Lily's the right target here. Yeah, that's 100% correct. 100% the correct move. All right. So we're going to be able to cultivate here. Let's go ahead and grab both our mountains just so that we have them ready since we have all the other mana that we could possibly need. And then let's -5. Drop in Gyruda as an 8/8. I couldn't help but notice a Maurag in here. Boom, baby. That felt good. That felt real good, not gonna lie. You know it. This is some pain that we've got on the board right here. Let's see if our opponent has an answer. I know they're running Ram through. They hit me with one of those earlier. Let's see. So I'm sorry, go easy on me. I can't. I just can't. When it lines up, I need to take it. Garrick's Uprising? Cool. You want to swing? You're welcome to. I would not be mad at that. Cool. I'm gonna block him. Okay. Yeah. Got him. Our opponent's seen enough. Right. Let's do this. All right. I'm looking forward to this. This is game 3. So far, we're 2-0. We got a Lotus Cobra in the opening hand, along with an Evolving Wilds. Let's go. All right. I'm feeling good about this. Second Lotus Cobra. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. The potential for grossness is definitely here. And we're going up against what appears to be a mono white life gain deck. I'm not mad at that. We'll see what happens here. I'll see Life's Bounty. That's just a good card. I'm not mad. All right. Ching Ching, followed by a Ching Ching. Ching-a-ling, if you will. And even if you won't, it's still here. We're still going to Ching-a-ling. I don't know why we're Ching-a-linging, but, well, I don't know. Here we are. Oh, yeah, I'm not blocking. Get in here. Poke my face. Welcome to my face. So next turn, we can play the Lotus Cobra, assuming it's the right... Ooh, Luris. So we play the Lotus Cobra, followed by hitting an Evolving Wilds. That gives us 2 mana. I'm going to make 1 green, 1 black. Then we crack the Evolving Wilds, go grab a Swamp. Go ahead and get 1 green, 1 black. Play Nissa. Feel smug. That's an important part of the process. It's very important to feel smug. Then I'm going to turn my forest into a creature. And I'm going to take a risky maneuver. Ooh, I shouldn't turn the forest. I should have targeted the mountain. I'm going to attack with it. This is a really risky call. Yep, because it had Menace, they would have had to block with both the Speaker of the Heavens and Luris, and they would have knocked out my forest, but I would have killed their Luris and the Speaker of the Heavens, which would have been a really good trade. Now, what they don't know is I don't have any more lands in my hand. So there's that. And I will trade a Lotus Cobra for Luris. That's how good Luris is. Because Luris is excellent. I will gladly trade a Lotus Cobra to get rid of Luris. Now, they probably have another Luris in their hand, and they're going to make me regret that decision. But if they don't, I don't. And interestingly enough, they didn't give Luris Pro Green there, which they could have done before or after blockers. All right. Go ahead and uptick. Turn it into a critter because I want to. So yeah, it looks like me and my opponent are both stuck on 3 lands and playing a landfall deck. It's not great. I don't love that. Although Nissa does ramp us nicely. And again, they could block, but they'd have to block with both because the forest has menace. And in that case, I would just kill both their things. Given that they're gaining life, their best bet, unless they have a combat trick, would be to just let it through. And if they do have a combat trick, I'm just SOL. But fortunately, they don't. Or they decided not to use it. So yeah, so they probably still have. They probably have something. I mean, I need to remember that they have All Seed of Life's bounty on the field. Sentinel's Eyes, eh? Good thing I handed them that with Binding of the Titans. Oh well. I'm over it. Guess who's over it? This guy right here. That one I am not going to. I'm not gonna make that trade. As tempting as that is, because Sentinel's Eyes can just escape again, so it's not a true 2-for-1 like it would be otherwise. All right, there we go. Definitely gonna exile that. Are there any critters in here worth exiling? Yeah, we can exile Lotus Cobra. I'm cool with that. I'll gain some more life. I like gaining life. I'm a fan. Ching and Ching. Again with the Ching Chings. I know. I love it too. Alright. Ashaya coming down. Gaining more life. Doing more things. I love it when I'm doing things. Oh, I love doing things. It's the best. And Ashaya lets us do this. Gagan. Cyberclaw Terror. Looks like we got a Lotus Cobra for all our efforts. Oh well. Still counts as a land. Still get all my landfall triggers. I'll take it. Guess who's not mad? This guy. This guy's not mad at this. Oh, the value, children. The value. All right. Children? I don't know. But, well, there's value. There's lots of value. That's my point. All right, so yeah, Ashaya Soul of the Wild, because it turns all my creatures into forests. I got a landfall trigger for every single creature that hit, which is pretty fantastic. And on top of that, we now have access to a lot more green mana because my Lotus Cobras can actually now tap for green. And so Ashaya is a 9/9. Gyruda is an 8/8. I still have Nissa of Sheltered Boughs chilling over here. Let me go ahead and get out of the way so you can see her. Yep, she's got 4. I'm gonna go ahead and I am gonna block with Gyruda, and let's see, where's that combat trick? There it is, Karametra's Blessing. I knew there was something, but my 8/8 is just gonna soak that up and laugh, which is cool by me. Ooh, nice little angel. All right, not mad at that. Let's go ahead and let's get Maurag back. Maurag, the Fury of Akum. The Fury of Akum. Got him. 3-0, baby. Woo! We did it. That's right. 3-0. Feeling good. All right, thank you so much for hanging out. That was a load of fun. If you enjoyed that deck, you can actually check it out and any other deck lists over on Aether Hub. That link is going to be in the description. Thank you so much for hanging out. I appreciate you. You can also see this and other decks like it live on Twitch, twitch.tv/HamHocks42. Thank you so much for hanging out. I appreciate you. And don't forget, you are a good person, and you deserve to be happy.